I got some things I brought with me. I don't know if you'll know what they are that doctors use. You know what this is? You out here like you would at the doctor, okay? Okay, so let's turn your hand over this way. You always put it here. I'm going to turn it on, and is it working? Okay. Okay, just hold it right there, and just don't move, okay? Don't, just be real still. Yeah, don't think too hard. That could affect the outcome of the data on this blood pressure cuff, right? And who uses these blood pressure cuffs? Doctors. And why do they take your blood pressure? Well, they're really trying to kind of check on your heart, because what does your heart do? It pumps blood, and it creates blood pressure, right? And if it's too high, that's not good. If it's too low, that's not good. So we want it to be just right. And right now, it's measuring all of your blood pressure to just see how well you're doing. It's measuring your heart. Did it beep? It says 91/54. That's good. That's really good. You were a little nervous, it says, because, having your blood pressure taken up here in front of everybody, that's kind of nerve-wracking, right? Yeah. But you did a great job. Good blood pressure. So that means that your heart, it's doing good, right? Okay. Okay. Let's see, I got another thing here I'm going to show you. Now, you guys know what this is called, right? Okay, come over here, Colt. Let me check, see if your heart's beating. Okay, come on over here, all right? Okay, so she said, so I check his heart, is that? No. I put it in my ear, okay. Come over here. Now, is your heart beating? You ready to get it tested and see what it says? You know what I hear? Kerchunk, 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 kerchunk.
I want to hear what it sounds like. I want to hear what it sounds like. Can I try? I want to hear it.
We're just, Avery, come on over here, and let's see if you can hear Avery's heart, okay? Just, nothing there? You probably have to go to med school to be able to actually hear that heart very well. But what does the stethoscope do? It helps you listen to it. Yeah, that's right, yeah. Do you know what this is? It pushes blood, and what does the blood carry to the rest of your body? Oxygen. Yeah, that's real important. Okay, so you just stick your finger in there. You already know how to do this? Okay, now be still. Now just think about oxygen, okay? Oxygen, oxygen. And in a minute, it's going to kind of beep, and it's going to, look at that. It says your oxygen saturation level is 98. Is that good? That's very good, because you know what is a perfect score? 100. You're 98. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Okay. So all three of these things are ways of looking at your heart, right? Okay. The reason I'm showing you all these things is to tell you how important your heart is. But your heart has other things going on inside of it. And what else is in your heart? How about love? Do you have love in your heart? Yes. And who do you love? Everyone? Boy, you love Jesus, but who else? Who else do you love? Your mom, your dad. Jesus, that's right. Because Jesus is all in our hearts too, right? Yeah. So what would happen if What would happen if I couldn't hear your heart beating and you didn't have oxygen in your finger and you didn't have any blood pressure? What would that, what?
Sick or you could die.
I'd be sick. That's not good, right? You know, one of the things the Bible tells us, if Jesus is not in our hearts, that's not good. Because it's important for us to have Jesus in our heart. And so that's one of the reasons that we come to church here, is because we're trying to learn more about Jesus, because he is so important and he's in our hearts. And whenever you care for someone or love somebody else, you're doing exactly what Jesus wants you to do. So that's Jesus in your heart too. And when you sometimes get afraid, and you're really kind of worried, do you know what Jesus does in your heart? He tells you, don't worry, I'm with you. And whenever you think you have a real big problem and you don't know what to do, you know what Jesus says? I'll help you. And so Jesus in our heart is that's one of the most important things, right? As important as a heartbeat, as important as blood pressure, as important as oxygen, Jesus in our heart is so important to us. So so can you guys remember that?
Yeah.
Can you remember it better if you had a sucker?
Yes. Owie, 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 owie. What am I doing? I'm an orange.
They're not going away.
Can we eat them?
There you go.
I'm not gonna eat mine.
Okay, here you go. Grab one and you guys can go to children's church. Thanks for coming up.